I think that's it, man. I think that's it for our news,
Yeah.
except for, well, we got one thing that we'll talk about. And I don't think it's
The one that everybody's talking about.
Everybody's talking about. It's not going to be a big discussion, but they did release a very short teaser trailer for the next Godzilla MonsterVerse film. Godzilla X Kong is what it's called, because I guess they don't want to call it Versus, because it's not technically Versus anymore.
Yeah.
It's Godzilla and Kong buddy cop film now. What's the tagline? There's a tagline.
The New Empire.
The New Empire. It sounds like a fucking Star Wars movie.
Star Wars.
The trailer, really, really short. All it shows is another ape that looks like it's maybe red, sort of the silhouette of an orangutan sitting on a throne. You get a zoom out, you see a Kong and a Godzilla skull, and then you get a close up of this gorilla's face, and he has blue glowing eyes. So, and that's it. So it's like the internet is so mad. I see so many people are mad about it. It's 15 seconds of a teaser.
Yeah.
We have zero information.
Zero.
Whether or not that's your main villain in the next film or not, I'm sure there's going to be 6 different Titans in this movie. But I'm guessing we're going to see Godzilla and Kong team up against a gorilla that has both Godzilla and Kong powers, I guess. I don't know. It literally could be anything. I want to go with, I don't want to say go with my gut, because I know this is not what it is, but I hope it's a gargantuan.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be
gargantua.
Cool.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bring in the gargantuas. I don't know. What'd you think of this, Jay?
Well, first off, I have to ask, because you are super involved in so many fandoms, right? And as much as you are the upper echelon of Godzilla fandom, you also are part of the #1 Ghostbusters group of influencers / podcast / whatever in the world. Also,
it sounds dumb when you say it. It sounds dumb when you say it out loud, but it's true.
Yes, I can say it. It's okay. But anyway, and you're obviously heavily involved in Star Wars fandom, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, you've gone to celebrations and all that good stuff. And I always hear from you guys like how crazy these fandoms can get and stuff. And I feel like for the most part, our kaiju fandom is pretty cool. Maybe it's me being naive, but once anything MonsterVerse drops, then all bets are off. Because I've seen and heard so much negativity. I don't even know how a 10-second teaser can drum up so much, just opinions in general, but 90% of it, at least the ones that I've seen, have been so negative. I'm like, guys, chill, man. It's just 10 seconds. I mean, that's how coming from.
I mean, that's how it is with all the fandoms. And even though listen, you can say that the Godzilla fandom's maybe a little more positive, but I remember those anime movies. I remember you guys all complaining about those anime films, and then as soon as we found out Gamera was made by the same company, people want to flip out about Gamera. Guys, it's new Gamera. There's nothing to complain about. It's gonna be great. I don't know, dude. It sucks, but here's the thing about MonsterVerse, and I've said this on the show before. We've had this conversation 20 times. I think 2014. The first Godzilla film that came out in the MonsterVerse, it is better than what I thought. It was I was like, oh, this is a real movie. This is not just a Godzilla film. This is art. I was like, this is great. I think the series quickly fell into dumb, blockbustery, stupid monster fight territory, but I still love them. You know what I mean? They're still fun. They're still Godzilla different movies. Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to get back to that 2014 more serious, real actors, real plot line type, emotional filled film. I don't think we're going to quite get back to that. And that's a little bit of a bummer. But it's like saying, it's like watching Godzilla 54 and then complaining about Godzilla versus Megalon. I love them both.
They're just different.
So I don't care what they do. I don't care who the villain is. I don't care what monsters are in this movie. I'm going to have fun with it. Even if it's, Godzilla versus Kong was weird. It had some it had some weird moments. That's ooh, this is maybe not great. But then there are moments of it where you're like, I'm just watching fun. Godzilla. It's Godzilla fucking destroying shit. And that's what I want to see. So there's like no part of me is like worried. Oh, what if it's awful? It's a fucking Godzilla movie, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, I do hope there's more. I think we also all set ourselves up like ever since the last film came out, and the the art book came out, and the art book has a one piece of art in it that like teases Space Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So everybody is like, Space Godzilla confirmed, next film, Destroya confirmed. So everybody thinks, and I mean, there definitely could be another Toho monster in it. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We would all love that.
Yeah.
I think it's like a little, I don't want to say the word lame, but it's like, is it a little lame to just have the villain of the next movie? It's like, it's another gorilla.
Yeah.
But I don't care, man. I'm just excited. I'm excited we're getting Godzilla, and I'm gonna keep all my like harsher judgments, to when I see an actual trailer, a full trailer.
I'm right there with you. I think a lot of the negativity stems from expectations and people wanting to see Toho monsters because they have emotional investment in them, as opposed to hoping that a new monster comes out and does something. But I go back. That never. Yes, I would love for them to redo a Toho monster, but I don't ever get mad at new monsters because at one point, Biollante was a new monster. At one point, Space Godzilla was a new monster. At one point, Anguirus was a new monster in 1955. But I do. If it's done well, it's done well. If it's a great villain, it's a great villain.
Yeah.
So I'm okay if it's totally new.
Let me give you a tiny bit of. We don't have a lot to go on, but this is what I'm guessing. Okay, if you're gonna have, so the last movie was Godzilla versus Kong, and then you got a secret Mecha Godzilla who shows up, and they team against that. If they're gonna do this again, and if it's no longer Godzilla versus Kong, but we're kind of Godzilla teaming up with Kong, I think you're gonna have two villains. Yeah, and I think they showed us in Godzilla versus Kong that Godzilla super overpowers Kong.
Yeah,
and I mean, like we already knew that, but they straight up showed you that, to a point where, like, I even thought it was going to be more evenly matched until you saw the movie. I'm like, nope, Godzilla beats him every time, basically.
Yeah.
So I think what's going to happen here is that we're going to have one villain that's a little more evenly matched for Kong, which is this gorilla. And then we'll have another Titan that's going to show up that might be a little crazier, or a little more cosmic, or a little, less
Destroya.
Yeah, exactly. More something with a little more bulk to it, or a little more weight to the end. I think there's probably going to be two villains versus your two protagonists. So whatever.
When I was watching the teaser, one of the first things I saw.
Wait, hold on. Whoa! This just hit me. It is going to be Space Godzilla, right? Because that way you got Godzilla versus Kong fighting Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Right?
Well, technically, Destroya's Godzilla cells, or Oxygen Destroyer and Godzilla cells. So
sure, maybe. But I'm like, doesn't that make more? If Kong is going to fight an ape, Godzilla's going to fight a Godzilla, and it's going to be the evil versions of Godzilla and Kong, or something.
And did they merge together and create Kongzilla? Because Kongzilla was one in our show. Guess the villain of the next movie. Kongzilla was one of the choices.
That'd be awesome.
No, I think, to me, like, I see a lot of people griping about this as like a thinner, frailer, more frail Kong. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that he could be an ancient warrior guy.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bigger. But I also think it's got. They showed that it had blue glowing eyes for a reason. It's gonna have some sort of.
There's some connection.
There's some sort of connection. There's some sort of powers or something that it's gonna have that maybe Kong doesn't. So we'll see.
And because the original movie, or the name was hinted at, was going to be Origins, it's going to tie back to that Titan War. It's going to have some ancient something connected to it. How is this thing alive this long? It's like one of those things. It lives a long life because it's radioactive.
If they give us a I have always felt weird about the idea of there being more than one Godzilla, because Godzilla is so cool and badass and unique that you want to believe he's the only one. You don't want to be like, but there used to be a whole race of Godzillas. That kind of takes away from it.
Yeah. This guy's nothing. He's just kind of middle of the road Godzilla.
That takes away from what Godzilla is to me. But since they've already established that's what they're going with, that there's just a race of Godzillas that existed, then I hope this movie opens with just the Kong Godzilla war. I just want to, if they're going to fucking do it, then do it and show me a bunch of Kongs fighting a bunch of Godzillas.
And other monsters, obviously the Tides had to pick sides. I mean, I want to see like an ancient Anguirus battling a Behemoth or a, Mokala Mimbe or Vital Mothra or whatever. Like, that'd be cool. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. To me, like, I thought it was cool. And also the other thing is it was like done in a, very stylistic animation style. It was a teaser, but not even it wasn't even like it was like video, like a film, it wasn't like it was the type that you're actually going to see. So even more like craziness that people are extrapolating that into some of these very deep opinions. But I thought it was fine. Like, I mean, it kind of falls in line with what I think of the MonsterVerse. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's cool. And hey, it's getting us talking about it, good or bad. And that's a cool thing because it's like, hey, we don't know what we're going to get still. And we saw a teaser. That's pretty cool as opposed to just, here's what's going to happen. I think it's kind of cool.
I mean, there was a time not that long ago where we thought MonsterVerse was done. So
yeah,
it's not. Yeah. And good.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. I think there's a lot of cool things they can do. And hopefully it will deliver a fun film, a fun experience, much like Kong or Godzilla versus Kong did. I thought it was a fun film that, it was not more than that or less than that. It was just a fun film. And I'm hoping it kind of gets those some notes. The
only thing I want to say is I hope they bring back the classic Godzilla music, man, because that's the only thing 2014 was missing. Yeah. Godzilla vs. Kong needed it, but man, the soundtrack to Godzilla King of the Monsters,
the best one,
is amazing, and we need that back.
It's like they can only get like so much right. It's like they can hit on like 3 important things, but they still miss something, And so hopefully this will tie it together. I think this one's going to be just a zany action film. I think it's going to be a lot more like Godzilla versus Kong than any of the other ones. I think so. Well, King of the Monsters, yeah. So we'll see. And with the Apple TV Plus show coming out, and the Kong animated series, will be a lot of fun stuff. And of course, Gamera has to be coming around the corner here soon. Yeah. I know that's a different franchise, but still, like a lot of
but there's still a lot of stuff. There's a lot of kaiju coming.
Yeah. There's also a Toho Godzilla movie. Yeah, there's also a Toho Godzilla movie.
Which there was a fake leak going around last week. Did you see the fake leak?
I didn't see it. No.
It was fake. There's like a black and white photo, and it was like a picture of a Godzilla sinking like a famous. They were like, because remember there were early rumors that it was going to have kind of an alternate history thing going on.
Yeah.
So there's like a pretty badly photoshopped picture of that said it was from the film, and a lot of people were thinking it was real, but then someone was like, nope, this is from this or whatever, and it was fake. So I'm glad because it didn't look good. But yeah, Jay, I think we did it. I think we knocked out this episode. Just it was a good, smooth news. Last 2 weeks have just been, full of news and toys and just kind of hanging out. But we will. What's that?
I said we might have been the only podcast or person to discuss about the teaser that wasn't all negative.
Yeah, we're a little. I mean, sure, I can be both, but it's an overly positive thing.
It's too early. It's too early.
It's too early. Just chill out. You're getting more Godzilla. Shut up. Yeah, dude. I think that's it. I know. I'm excited for the next episode because I know I'm gonna have a new toy to show off, and it's a toy that I'm excited about, and I've talked about it on the show before. So, other than that, dude, you got anything else?
Oh, I have a question because this will affect our schedule because I know it drops on a Wednesday. I don't know if it's an on week or an off week for us. Did you get your tickets to Shin Kamen Rider May 31st?
Oh my God. It's May 31st?
Yeah.
I don't have tickets for that yet. I have no idea where I'm going to be on May 31st. So I do not have tickets.
I was a little bummed.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah, I was a little bummed. Like, Shin Ultraman played at every theater around here on that Wednesday that it aired. Shin Kamen Rider, there's only like 3 in the area out of like the 50. So I'm worried if it's going to be even more exclusive of release.
I had to drive 2 hours to see Shin Ultraman, so we'll see if they're even showing Kamen Rider. But we'll see.
Okay.
All right, man. Cool. Well, we're gonna call this a wrap, and then we will see you guys.
No one likes Mando.
No one likes Mando. Get the fuck out of here. Bye, guys.